What's up internet, Kevin here on TLD. Now as many of you are aware, this last Friday was the release of the PS4, and if you saw our unboxing vid, you'll know that we grabbed one for ourselves and been messing with it this whole past weekend, and thankfully we were not one of the guys to get a bricked system like you've been seeing reported left and right on the internet. And now that we spent some time with it, we wanted to give you guys our first impressions of the system so far, including a tour of its interface and currently available features. So let's take a look. So to begin with, let's take a look at the PS4's new interface, which in a lot of ways is very reminiscent of the PS3's cross-media bar, but now with multiple rows. On the top, we have some of the more important social functions and central options. From left to right, we have the PlayStation Store with notifications, online friends followed by messages and chat options, profile info and trophies, and last but not least, settings and power options. Below this, we have the actual line of all the apps and games we play, organized currently by most recently used. This includes installed games, common base apps like the web browser and live stream viewer, and grouped categories like various media streaming apps, viewing your full library of installed applications, and the What's New section that lists gaming activity and recent trophies earned. Now obviously one of the main features and functions of the PS4 is as a gaming machine. Now right now we only have one physical game that we've purchased, which is Killzone Shadowfall, but because we're PlayStation Plus members, which everyone with a PS4 should be because you get a free month, we also grabbed two digital games, Contrast and Resogun. As far as gaming goes, the new controller is definitely a step up from the DualShock 3. While I'm going to miss the traditional start and select buttons, the overall grip and feel are a lot more comfortable, and the R2 and L2 work much better as actual triggers rather than that odd half step between button and trigger the DualShock 3 made. Visually, Resogun is actually the best looking game so far thanks to the sheer amount of craziness that happens on it, and how smooth everything is during. Killzone of course looks great too, but doesn't really push graphical boundaries any farther than a solid gaming PC can achieve right now. Now new features directly related to gaming include of course the now infamous share button. Hitting this at any point during the game will allow you to save and upload a clip of your most recent gaming session, currently only to Facebook, or take a screenshot of the current frame and upload that to Facebook or Twitter. There is of course also the option to directly connect your PSN profile with Twitch or Ustream, allowing you to actively stream gameplay to other PS4 owners or people just on the respective site. Now a service that Sony really wants to push alongside PlayStation Plus is the Unlimited Music app, a service that allows you to stream different music that you can either look up by album or artist, or find predefined channels that play like a radio station. Changing what playlist you're currently listening to can only be done within the app itself, but once you've got one going, you can have it play in the background while you play games, and can skip or rewind to previous songs by holding the home button. It's a nice feature, especially if you like building your own soundtrack to your games, and I'm enjoying the first free month, but many people may not find it worth paying for since there are so many other music streaming services out there that they may have already invested in for other devices. Now of course one of the biggest things that a lot of people use consoles for these days aside from gaming is media streaming in the living room. A lot of the really popular options are here, including stuff like Netflix, Hulu Plus, and Amazon Video, but we also have some more specialized options like Crunchyroll for anime fans, and NBA Game Time and NHL Game Center for sports fans. Now one cool thing is that you can simultaneously run one game application and one media application without closing either, so you can switch between games and movies without losing progress, though opening a different game or media service will close the same kind of application. Overall, the interfaces for these services are a lot more pleasing to the eye and friendlier than what we had back on the PS3. Now the last application I want to talk about is the web browser, which is leaps and bounds beyond the monstrosity that was on the PS3. Browsing is fast and smooth, videos load quickly and have good quality. All in all, it's actually a functional and useful browser if you want something on the TV screen, or you just don't have access to a computer or smartphone at the moment. Now the last feature I want to talk about is the simplest and in my opinion by far the biggest upgrade the system has compared to the PS3, and that's the standby mode, which not only uses less power and doesn't produce as much heat, but by doing this you can still charge your controller when you're not using your system, instead of having to leave it on 24/7 if you forget to charge while playing. Now complaints wise, I really don't have a whole lot so far, personally. Other than the day one PSN issues that everyone had, I've personally haven't really had any major problems with my system, though there have been numerous reports from other people with defective issues like bad HDMI ports or consoles full-on bricking after doing an update. While I'm not a huge fan of the share button in the first place, I do wish that there were more upload options for videos outside of just Facebook, and hopefully this is something Sony will work to expand as we get farther into this system cycle. Overall, I'm happy with the PS4 so far. While reports of systems bricking are of course a bad thing, those of you that have working systems or are getting a working replacement soon will find the system very solid. It does a much better job at multimedia and has a much better interface than the PS3 did, and while sharing options are currently limited, they're very easy to learn. If any of these opinions change, or if we discover new features or new problems, we'll let you guys know in future updates. For now, I'm just going to play Killzone Shadowfall a lot and bring you guys a review of it as soon as possible, as well as maybe doing one for Resogun because that game is just stupid addicting. Till then, if you guys enjoyed this vid, please make sure to hit that like button to let us know. know. And if you're not a subscriber, make sure you become one because we've got more content on the way for PS4 and later this week, Xbox One. Until then, I'm Kevin for TLD, thanks for watching.